Hey chess lovers and friends, it's a beautiful afternoon in my country and it's time to try out some crazy gambits that I teach you guys on this channel. So this is where I try to prove to you guys that the opening tricks and traps that I show you on this channel are real and they do happen in real life. Alright, so today I'm gonna be trying out the Diemer Duhm Gambit, which I showed you in the video that has popped up in the card above. You can also find other related videos in the description down below or in the comments section. Without wasting much of your time, let me check my opponent's eyeballs. Let's go! Okay, so there we go. I'm playing against a 2200 d4. What are they going to play? d5. So c4, I'm expecting to see e6. Oh, c6. That's the semi-Slav. Let me still go pawn to e4 here, the Diemer Duhm Gambit. So pawn takes, now knight c3 is the idea. So I covered this in the video that is already in the card above, you guys. So I need to start developing all my pieces in a way of targeting the pawn on e4, black's pawn on e4, as if I want to take it, but that's not the main idea. So knight to f6. Knight ge2 is what follows next, protecting my d4 pawn in advance before playing queen c2. And I also have plans to go pawn to g3 and fianchetto my bishop on g2 so that I can put more pressure on the pawn on e4. And I can also play knight g3 if I want to win that pawn back. For example, bishop f5 by black, cause for knight g3, attacking the bishop and also the pawn on e4. But I think let me just go pawn to g3 because I just want to stick to our main plans that I covered in my tutorial video on this gambit. So I think pawn to g3 to fianchetto the bishop on g2 makes sense. And next I'll play something like bishop g2. So black played e6 and then here I go bishop g2. So the idea is to take the e4 pawn with my queen. And there we see bishop b4. So I discussed all these moves. I think I should just cast a shot here. Yeah. So bishop takes is a bad move by black. Bishop takes c3 allows me to take back with my e knight. So knight takes c3. Yeah. So that bishop trade was not necessary. So castle shot by black. What am I going to do here? Now I need to develop my dark squared bishop. Or I start putting more pressure on the e4 pawn. Or maybe bishop g5. I think let me go rook f e1, yeah? And then I'm just putting more pressure on the e4 pawn. Remember what I said in my tutorial video. The idea is not to take back the e4 pawn very quickly. We just want to use that pawn to develop all our pieces. So that's more like a decoy, trying to distract black. Bishop e3 is what I'm thinking to play next, just to protect my pawn on d4 in advance, since I no longer have a knight on e2. And I'm thinking of going bishop g5 after pawn to h6, creating a weakness on the king side. Now that's when I'm going to play bishop e3. Oh, my opponent just left. Should I wait for him to come back? Or maybe I can end this video right here. I wanted this video to go on. But anyways, pawn to e4 is my main target here. But I'm not thinking of taking it anytime soon. That's what I said in my tutorial video. Next, I'm thinking of just playing bishop g5, provoking a weakness after something like pawn to h6. And that's when I'm going to play bishop e3. Okay, so should I continue waiting for my opponent to come back or what? Nah, I think I don't have that time to wait for my opponent to come back. I only have time to wait for the second coming of the Son of Man. So, done. Let's move on to another game. And be sure to hit the like button if at all you like this video. And subscribe to my channel if at all you haven't already. I mean, cause that's how you encourage me to keep on making more wonderful videos just like this one. So let me challenge another random player, I think. Hope the game won't end in the same way. Alright, so here we go, d4 against a 1922 rated chess player. d5, pawn to c4. I expect to see pawn to e6, yep. So e6, this is the queen's gambit declined. The idea is to go pawn to e4. Still trying out the Diemer Duhm Gambit, which I covered in the video that is already in the card above. So I expect to see d takes e4, yeah, and then I go knight c3, attacking the pawn on e4. So then we see f5. I should mention to say the common move is knight to f6. That's the most played move, knight to f6. So pawn to f5 is also an alternative move that black can play. Against this, I advised to play knight to h3, especially in long games, in order to start occupying the weak dark squares which black has created. For example, with knight to f4, and then later on you develop your dark squared bishop. I mean, what can black even do here? But I'm going to play pawn to f3, yep, which I discussed in that video. So pawn to f3, just trying to simplify the game even further. So knight takes, black just took on f3 and then I took with my knight, then knight to f6 by black. What should I do here? Bishop e2 is okay, preparing to castle short. I also have bishop e3 or bishop g5, or maybe probably knight e5. But the problem with knight e5 is that I don't have queen h5 check because black's knight is on f6. Maybe I should go pawn to c5 or queen b3. But pawn to c5 looks more attractive because that would also allow bishop c4. That looks awesome, but let me just go bishop g5. Yep, I think bishop g5 wins because it comes with a tempo. So bishop e7 by black. So I think now I can play queen c2 because the queen belongs on c2. Remember what I said in my tutorial video. The plan is to castle long. And I also have bishop d3. So pawn to c6. Now I can castle long so that my queen's rook can now face black's queen on d8. So you see the ideas that I talked about in my last video, you guys. Castle short by black. The whole idea is to castle long and start expanding on the king side. So king b1 ensures that my king is very safe. So queen a5 by black. I think let me just go pawn to a3. Yep. Stopping bishop b4 or any nonsense on the queen side. So you can see that I'm not even memorizing moves here. a6 by black. I think pawn to c5 makes more sense. Yep. Pawn to c5 is a very important move, you guys, because it allows bishop c4 later on. But there we see pawn to b5 by black, stopping bishop c4, I think. I'm thinking of pawn to g4, you guys, just activating my king's rook. And that's the beauty of long castling, you guys. After I play pawn to g4, black cannot take on g4 with his knight, because after knight takes g4, I'll take the free bishop on e7. So g4 is a very good move. So I'm just trying to open up the g file for my king's rook, so black shouldn't take. Even if it takes, I still have knight e5 and rook g1 controlling the g file. But anyways, black shouldn't just take the pawn on g4. But what can they do? Because I'll still take on f5 with my g pawn and still open up. Okay, so pawn to h6, attacking my bishop. I think I can just sacrifice because this looks too good. Let me just sacrifice the bishop to open up the g file after taking on f5 with my g pawn as well. So after g takes h6, now I can take on f5 to open up the g file for my rook. I like doing this. This is why I like playing such gambits, you guys, that are very aggressive. So bishop d3 first, attacking the pawn on f5. Oh, knight g4 by black. I think now I can play rook g1 or maybe rook dg1, because black in some lines has knight e3. Yeah, so rook dg1 makes more sense. Pinning the knight to the king. The king has to move, yeah. After which, I have to play pawn to h3, attacking the knight. I have queen d2 if knight e3. Or maybe I should go queen e2, because queen e2 will be attacking the knight on e3 and also indirectly attacking the bishop on e7. Yep. what is black going to do? Maybe they have pawn to f4, but that would just allow knight e5. Now I have so many threats. For example, knight g6 check, and that would also win the rook or the bishop on e7. And I have queen h5 coming, threatening to capture the pawn on h6. Let me go queen h5, I think. Black played rook f6. So queen h5, the idea is to play queen e8 check, or probably give a check on g6 with my knight, or knight f7 check, forcing black to give up his rook. Yeah, I think the game is almost over here. I also have rook g6 in some lines, but knight f7 is very deadly. Oh, my eyeballs. I don't think black can stop all these threats with his elbow or with the help of his toes. What is he going to do? Oh, bishop f5. Okay, I think this allows queen e8 check. Yeah? And next, I'm ready to win the dark squared bishop. Oh, king h7 allows mate in 1. Because I can play queen g8. Yeah, queen g8 is checkmate. I was actually expecting black to block with his bishop, the dark squared bishop. So queen g8, checkmate. Let me just show you what I was expecting to see here. I was expecting black to block with his dark squared bishop, not his elbow. Quite alright. So bishop f8, after which I would have played knight g6 check and win the bishop on f8 with my knight. That was going to come with check. Anyways, the game was still over. I think let me go and watch soccer to get over this. And hey, if at all you enjoyed watching this video, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if at all you haven't already, as a way of encouraging me to keep on making more wonderful videos just like this one. Until